I've lost count of how many times people have asked me for my personal life and what I've done and my background and under my hood of my truck and everything. So here it is. Here's underneath the hood of the truck. Small block Chevy with a Caddy aftermarket breather. Here's the back of the truck. These are some of my plaques. My God, I got bags and bags and bags of them over the years. This is the back. Here's some of my trophies. I threw away a lot of them. They were broken and over the years. Most of these are motorcycle from racing dirt bikes over the years. I raced New England Netra cross country and hare scrambles for 16 years. I've been asked numerous times to show the build of the truck. Well, here's the cab I started with. I think I welded up 70 some odd holes in a firewall. It was an old farm truck. The floor was just rotted all out. Here's a mock-up down in my basement. Found a 40 Buick hood out in the wood at a junkyard, and my buddy found a 37 Buick nose at another gentleman's junkyard. I had to replace the bottom foot of the doors roughly. Here's the floor. I had to tack all the doors in place because the body was just separating. I wouldn't even hold its shape. There's my wood frame, all mocked up. There's the wood frame under the cab. And then we brought down a Stan Nashville and my buddy, his body shop, and we put on his frame table and built it out of metal. That's mounting the rear suspension. Making the bottom revealer on the bottom. There's a mocking it up, try and get the ride height. I put dumbbells in there to, simulate the weight of the engine. Here's the 40 Buick hood, 8 inches too wide for the cab. There's the hood. I'm in the process of slicing and dicing. I cut it in 4 pieces. I pie cut it and brought it back to the... Here we're just trying to make it line up with the cab. And here we are down at Stan's Auto Body when he had his body shop, cutting the roof off. Yeah, I'm putting the hood back together. There's me behind the house sanding on it. Here's where I put the sunken antenna. I put a pipe in and then cut it off to contour the body. Here I am yanking the engine out of the 33. I put a brand new crate motor in that one and took the motor out of the 33 and used it in the truck. There's a rolling chassis. I love this picture. This is my proudest moment. This is the 37 Buick nose I started with. A buddy of mine found it, and a guy's out behind the guys in a junkyard, and there was a tree growing up in it. I had to cut the tree to get the nose out. Then I kept whacking at it and make it fit. She's sitting pretty good right there. Then I replaced the sheet metal, laid the nose back somewhat. Here's where I put the headlights at first. They're way too low. I didn't like it like that, so I moved them up. I had to epoxy the grill together because you couldn't weld it because it was pot metal. Here's when I was making the side panels. Boy, that was a lot of work. That was one of the worst parts of the job because there were so many different curves to it. Here it is behind the house in the spring. Here's when I was making the hood mechanism. Here's when I was starting on the bed. I primed the whole cab, and then I started concentrating on the bed. It's all insulated. I got wood paneling on the inside. I contoured the frame to get as much storage space as possible. I had Collin sheet metal bend the cover. And I went to Home Depot and got electrical conduit and tack welded it right down. Well, that took a long time. Tack, because you don't want to put too much heat to it. Here it is, pretty well done without, I didn't have the tail light area done yet. There's the bed. There's the bed mounted on the truck. I made a window reveal for the rear window, and that took a while. There it is getting ready for paint. And there's it done with black wheels. I originally had black wheels on it. In fact, here's a picture from Rhinebeck that year with black wheels. I can't remember who took this picture. I think I got a trophy out there. That's what it was. And then I changed to orange wheels. Here's my den wall, one of them. This is through the years. That's us at Pocono doing 137 according to GPS. I don't know if it's whacked out or not, but this is at Lowe's Motor Speedway with Jones' car. Here's Don Gauntlets posing with Spike. And here's a picture a guy gave us. And I'd like to meet the guy someday and thank him because it was handed, he handed to somebody and they handed it to somebody, you know, if they ever ran into me. And I got it like third hand. Here's me in my younger day when I was racing dirt bikes. I like this picture. It was taken at the Blackwater 100 down in West Virginia. I went down there to race, and he tried to sell me this picture, and I wouldn't buy it. I said, I don't care. And then he finally sent it to me and put last chance. It was all crinkled up. He really wanted to sell me that picture. And here's me when I was racing dirt bikes at the Roadie Rovers in Rhode Island. I changed the flat tire at the gas stop, and then I ended up taking first place. That was one of my prouder moments. Something else one of my viewers did. A Canadian gentleman saw me at Burlington a couple of years ago, and he burnt this out of wood and gave it to me. I was really, really touched that day. I thought that was awful thoughtful of him. Here's Street Rod Nationals posted. I've been there 4 times, Louisville. Now here's another trophy wall. These are mostly national events. That's Atlanta. That's 2 years of Atlanta right there. One with the 33 and one with the truck. And here's Eddie and me, or Eddie and I, at Pocono. And like I said before, my GPS said we did 137. We were flying that day. We were coming out of turn 4 down the front straightaway, and I got an overdrive, and my needle was pegged at 120, and we kept it floored the whole front straightaway. This is another trophy I really like. This is from Crystal River. I got it for best rat rod for that show. And here's another picture I like. This is taken at a cruise night, actually a car show in York Beach. And that was the last day for those tires. This is the trophy from the Blackwater 100. I was racing dirt bikes. Well, I guess that's it. Like I said, I've been asked a million, I mean, I can't count the times, you know, wanting to know what my background was, what I've done and everything. I hate doing it because it sounds like I'm bragging, so. And here's Spike. And of course, you know, outside of our children, he's the most loved thing in the family. He's shaking because he's cold.